y'all, it's me, Ebony, and I'm back with another video. I know this is gonna probably be a short word, so I just wanted to come on and talk about when you are at a part in your life where you just feel like all hell just broke loose and you at your very last cry. Like you literally at a cry where you just like, you know what? You know what I mean? Like you just like I'm just over it. Okay, I'm just over it, and I just need some peace in my life and in my mind. And when you feel like you just ran your course, that's when God is working the most in your life. He's working the most in your life, meaning like He is working in your life to get you to the place that He always intended you to be. At one point, we all were in the dark. I was in the dark, and I literally hit rock bottom and had an encounter with the Lord to change my life around because I was at the bottom. Like, it's a real thing when God says that He will resurrect the dead. And I'm not just talking about dying and going up to heaven. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about physically as well, like dying from your old self and God renewing you and renewing your mind, renewing your soul, renewing your spirit to serve Him, to do the purpose that He always had in your life. And that's whatever it is that God had always intended you to do on this earth. Okay, it looks different for everybody. So I just want to come on and let you know that whatever you're going through right now, it's not the end of the world. I may not went through the exact pain that you went through, or I may not know all the answers to why you feel the way that you feel. But the one thing I can say for sure is that God knows and God has a plan for it. And know that whatever it is that you're going through is to strengthen you to become stronger. And if you keep finding yourself in these same cycles, even when you want to leave but you can't, that's when you have to surrender. And I know I spoke about this in my last video, but I wanted to really emphasize that when I say when you're weak, God is strong. And for me, it is, like I always say, speaking. Like when I was a kid, I hated doing public speaking classes or just standing up and speak and say my name. I did not like doing it. And it's so funny how time sped up and I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually speaking and talking. So God already knew what I was going to become, you know, and even though it wasn't, as I was growing up, even though I didn't do public speaking on stages yet, I was speaking to people and giving them advice and like past people that I used to have encounters with. And it's just so crazy how life turns out to be something that you never thought that you would be doing, but you always knew it was in your heart in a way. And it's just, you just didn't expect that it would be in this way, you know? But that's just to let you know, keep your head up high and know that God will not leave you nor forsake you. He would not allow you to drown or die in the pit that you feel like you're in. Just know that even Joseph had fell in the pit when his family threw him in the pit, but at the end of the day, he became who he needed to become to fulfill the purpose that God had for his life and the people that was surrounding him. So we may not understand why we go through the things that we go through. Either that's to soften a hardened heart, or even if that's just to humble yourself and know that you need God in anything and everything that you do. And don't stress about how you're going to do this or how you're going to do that, because God knows the plans for your life. And trust Him in the midst of storms. Trust Him in the midst of trials and tribulations. Trust Him, meaning surrender yourself to Him. Stay in your word and renew your mind in Ephesians 6. And when I say stay in your word, I at one point was a person where I'll read my word, but then I miss a day, or I miss another day, or I miss a day, I miss a week, I miss a month, or I just, well, you know, I wouldn't miss a month, but I would miss a couple days, or, you know, maybe a week, or just off and on every other day. But one thing I had to do to help me is to even read a verse a day. You know, just read a verse a day. And then the more that you create that connection and communication with God, the stronger it is for you, which means I'm saying the less lazy it is for you. Speaking for myself, because I was just being lazy and spiritually tired of the things that I was mentally going through. I just set time out in my day and just read a verse if I can. And when I kept doing that, the more I was able to expand the time that I needed to spend with God. And the more that I expanded the time to spend with God, the strengthener I have gotten. As I say that I'm not perfect, but I still have God as my foundation. He's still working on me. He's still using me. He's still blessed me with his grace and his mercy over me. So if you're struggling to like get into your word, like I always say, surrender it to God, meaning tell God whatever it is you're going through, even if it's saying like, I'm too lazy to get in the word, Lord, but I need your help. Help me get in your word. Be honest with God. Don't run from him. Because you fail or whatever it is that you have made done that you cause you to feel guilty or ashamed, you take it to God and tell God, listen, I'm sorry what I did, Lord. And I feel ashamed that I did this, or I feel guilty that I did this, but I need you to help me renew my mind, soul, body, and spirit, and carry me on to who you always intended me to be, and to allow me to let go of whatever it is that kept me in bondage. And when you surrender yourself, tell God that he will give you the strength, the courage, the knowledge, the wisdom, his understanding, and shed light onto any area that you're in the dark about, to help you overcome that bondage, to help you overcome that mindset when you're honest with God. Because sometimes when you fall, or whatever the case may be, it's like you want to run from God because you fail and you feel worthless to tell him. But when I used to fall in areas that I felt like I should have been delivered from this, I will always run to God. Run to God. God, I did this. God, I made a mistake. God, I fell in this. Help me, God. Help me, help me, help me. And he helps. He helps. And I'm not saying to keep falling the same thing over and over again. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that makes you insane. Okay? That just means that you're straight up insane. And it's deliverance in that. God will deliver you. And you don't want to rebel against him, but you at some point you're gonna realize that you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you're gonna get the same outcome. No matter if you try to do it this way, if it ain't God's way, you're gonna get the same outcome. No matter what you try to do. Okay, it may seem peaceful, it may seem like this and that, but if you ain't doing it God's way, you're gonna get the same outcome. Okay, so honestly, yeah, y'all, that's all I really had to say on here. I told you it's not gonna be a long word, but there's just something that was in my heart that I felt like I needed to speak to y'all about. Maybe someone was going through that or whatever the case may be. But yes, I will see you guys next time. And don't forget to take everything that I say back to God, and don't lean on your own understanding. Okay, so until next time, I'll see you then.